Hello, today I'm going to review one of the best in-ear monitors ever created. As you can see on the box, it's Campfire Audio Solaris. I'm actually a bit late for this party because many reviewers already released reviews, but anyway, I want to share my opinion too, so I will make this video. Gentle wind is blowing behind my window at speed about 40 miles per hour, but I suppose it won't interrupt us too much, so let's have a closer look at these in-ear monitors. It's a hybrid model incorporating all best technologies by Campfire Audio. It uses one 10mm dynamic driver with their diamond-like diaphragm, and also they use 3 balanced armatures. Dynamic driver is responsible for low frequencies and mids, one balanced armature helps him with mids, and dual balanced armature with their special tuned acoustic extension chamber is responsible for the treble, and a kind of spoiler, they really succeed in creating superb sound. But of course I should name the price, it's $1,500, so yes, 1.5K. And now let's have a closer look. This time they used a bit bigger box and a bit bigger case inside, but still it's made in the same style. And actually here is the case. As you can see, it's same material as in their other in-ear monitors. It's really looking great, but it became bigger. So inside we've got in-ear monitors protected by special double pouch, and of course underneath we'll have accessories. Let me put everything aside. So 3 pair of single flange silicone tips, cleaning tool, of course pin with Campfire Audio logo, 3 pair of foams, and a set of final audio type E tips. They're usually giving the best results. Warranty card and small manual in case you don't know where you should put this in-ear monitors if you don't get by their name. So technical specifications: 10mm amorphous diamond-like carbon plasma enhanced CVD diaphragm. Well, it's complicated. 2 balanced armature drivers with and 1 balanced armature driver of mids. I already didn't say that. More interesting, it's 115 decibels of sound performance, less than 1% of harmonic distortion, frequency response from 5 Hz to 20 kHz. As you can see, Campfire Audio didn't write these fantastic numbers, 40 kHz, 50 kHz. They are honest and don't put some imaginary figures. And impedance is 10 ohms. As you can see, they are pretty sensitive and with pretty good sound pressure level. So low impedance and high sensitivity is a key to getting noise. So if you don't have really good source with black background, you should probably think about getting Hi-Fi iMatch or some other attenuator. But I will tell about it later in the sound section of the review. And of course about build quality. As usual with Campfire Audio, we can expect nothing but superb. And once again, they've redesigned shells and in-ear monitors from scratch, and they created really great, really splendid design. Take a look. Lids are gold plated, outer part and inner part is also made of metal. As you can see, they are bigger than traditional Campfire Audio in-ear monitors, but they are fitting better than, for example, Andromeda, because they matching the inner part of the ear better, because they should be oriented this way, so they are matching in-ear space better and providing better fit. As you can see, as usual, Campfire audio is all about textures, is all about materials. Those are the in-ear monitors that are really pleasant to look. Just look at these grooves and the textures, and of course they've using their signature stainless steel spouts with these complex grills. It has lips to hold the tips, so as you can see, everything is done perfectly, and I think no other company can even come close to this level of execution with metal. There are great companies, there are good metal in-ear monitors, there are really great models made of acrylic, made of resin, but when it comes to metal, Campfire audio are the best. Of course, they're using MMCX connectors, replaceable cable. They're using their beryllium plated MMCX connectors, so they're providing really good secure connection, really nicely balanced amount of force you should apply to disconnect it. And with this in-ear monitors, they also introduced new, unusual, actually probably not unusual, they introduced new cable. It's called super leads, and in this cable they're using high purity copper with silver plating. So those tiny strands made of silver plated copper, and it looks nice. It has ear hooks so you can bend it. There is a memory wire to get a memory effect. I really like this feature because I like bending them a little bit, but some people prefer to cut this part off. I'm not among them. And cable is a balance between the sonic performance and softness. It's for example, Campfire audio has great SXC8 cable, but it's too hard and has a slight microphonic. This one isn't the softest, but it's on the softer side. It has almost zero microphonic. Of course, it's not getting hard when it's cold. It's not tangling. It looks really stylish, really good, as you can see. You can admire this cable, and here it goes, perfectly braided way down to the angle jack. There is a chin slider, but of course you won't need it because there is no microphonic here. So in every single aspect, this is a flagship cable for flagship in-ear monitors. So to summarize this part, it's of course executed on the flagship level. Good accessory set, nice packaging, great design, great wearing comfort, great secure fit, and stylish look. I think they really matching their price range in all those aspects. And of course about the sound. First of all, they definitely require proper tip selection. I've got the best results with these final audio tips, but maybe you will have better results with other tips. I've heard a good opinion about Symbio tips, and many people prefer foams, but I like these final ones. Also, they require burn-in and pretty long, about 40 hours, for this dynamic driver to settle and reach its highest performance. And as usual, when we talk about Campfire audio, it's the company where there is no place for accidents, there is no place for trial and error method. They just decided what sound signature and what sound they want to implement, and they implement it with all their know-hows, with all their signature ideas and so on. You know, it's definitely one of the best companies in terms of sound engineering. And for this hybrid model, they decided to create a love child of Atlas and Andromeda. They took the dynamic driver like in Atlas, but they tame it a little bit to create more natural and more natural signature, and they took 3 balanced armatures, and actually they even improved them compared with Andromeda to create better mids and treble. But let's move step by step. I need dub to be put on the table. Actually, what was my last track. I suppose it won't be Die Antwoord as usual. Oh no, it's not Die Antwoord, it's Ekaterina Velika. That's good, because it's usually fun, like, okay, let's talk about some high-end gear. What tune I listened last? Oh, it was Die Antwoord, sorry. Anyway, I've prepared a test playlist, but I will show the tracks from this playlist a bit later. And let's talk about the sound. Bass here is powerful, it's super performant, but it's not as accented as in Atlas. So it's tamed a little bit, and I think it's better for the general sound signature, because fun, powerful, mighty bass is great, but sometimes it's too much with Atlas. Of course, if you like bass, it would be great for you, but in this case they found the perfect amount of low frequencies, and when it's necessary, of course, you will have really huge subwoofer-like bass. Especially when you turn on some bass boost using equalizer or ATE, you will hear your skull is crashing. Of course, I'm joking a little bit, but bass here is really powerful. It's pretty fast. Of course, it's not balanced armature fast, but it's one of the fastest dynamic drivers I've heard. It has really great resolution, really good in terms of texturing. Of course, it goes really deep as it possible with in-ear monitors, and it has a perfect balance of weight and speed and everything. So perfect sound is, I think, yeah, I can say, okay, how do they sound? They sound perfect, period. It would be enough, but of course everyone likes longer descriptions, so you can enjoy my beautiful accent that I'm working hardly to get rid of. So bass is perfect for synthesized low frequencies, for electronic dance music, for, I don't know, for pop music, and it's really great with acoustic bass, with bass guitar. And actually, as an example here, I will use a track. Pretty unusual, but I like this track. It's Metallica's Turn the Page. And go away. Where is this slider? Okay, it's maximum brightness. So it's Turn the Page. If you heard this track, and you probably heard it, if you didn't just find it on YouTube, they got interesting clip. They got interesting music video for this song. So it has really nice, really great bass intro with nice contrast between bass guitar and main guitar party. So it's contrast between really low sounds and pretty high pitched sounds, and it will give you this volume, it will give you all this three-dimensional space in this IEMs will give you, and it sounds really nicely. Mids are, of course, they are resolving, but they're not going too far into micro detalization. Mids are balanced between musical solid representation and between natural and monitoring representation. They are somewhere in between. Resolution is good, but they don't go into this nitpicking like balanced armature models. So they don't put the accent on the micro contrast, but they got really great macro level of performance. They are really great in representing emotions, some punches, blows, rumbles. Of course, it's also a matter of bass, but mids also play important role here. And of course, you will get all the tiny nuances of both male and female vocal. You can distinguish all these parts of every single note of every single instrument. It's really great level of immersion into sound, into track. You will definitely hear the new details. It's not, the model for those who like this too monitoring representation, where you will hear all the micro details, all the flows, all the issues with records. No, it's the model for those who like to get music in the best form, with balancing between micro and macro details. Stage, of course, it's big, it's spacious, it's one of the widest, close to the widest one, and it has good depth and layering thanks to this perfect coherence between armatures and dynamic drivers. They're really good in layer separation. With many tracks, they sound really impressive in this matter. And as an example for the mid frequencies, another great group, it's Musica Nuda. I like them as a duo with vocal and cello, and they've got album named Banda Larga, as you can guess by the name, with bigger orchestra accompanying them, and this spina dorsale, how it should be pronounced. So this track is really good because there are two vocals, it's male and female, and of course Petra Mahoney and her companion, so it's great duo of male and female vocal, and with this in-ear monitors you can enjoy really great contrast. You know, all the tracks that I've got for today, they are based on contrast. So, and these in-ear monitors are really great with contrast music, with dynamic music, with music that changes tempo, pitch, and so on. And treble, you know, I can say that they improved treble too. Andromeda has one of the best high frequency performances ever, but those have definite improvement. Maybe it's because of this acoustic enhancement chamber, maybe it's just some balanced armature selection, but anyway, they've got great treble. It's perfect, it has perfect layering. Their treble here is really rich. You will get all these tiny nuances. Attacks and decays are flawless, and resolution is great, separation is great. So it's good in every single aspect, and I like treble. And treble here really balanced low frequencies, and they are probably the best parts in the performance of this in-ear monitor. But of course mids are also great too, but bass and treble are really stands out and shines here. They've got great extension and well, everything what you can expect from good treble is probably here. They're not trying to soften the treble, so if you are treble sensitive, probably you don't need some high-end in-ear monitors at all, but it's not a model for you. But they're not sharp, not sound fatiguing with proper selected tips. They are really great in terms of comfort, but at the same time you will get all the nuances, all necessary amount, everything that you will need from treble. Of course, it will give you the great sense of presence, because treble is really important for staging and to represent timbre-rich instruments. So really impressive model. Probably they are a bit on fun side. They are not natural monitoring. They will add some fun emotions to your music, but they will do it without crossing the line of being unnatural. So it's really good technical in-ear monitors with fun, with a hint of added fun. And of course I need to give you an example of treble. Woke up Neo. And it would be John Carpenter's Abyss. Another contrast track with really low frequencies part and with really high pitched percussions and synthesizer part, and this contrast is also really great sounding with this in-ear monitors. Of course they require some good source, and Lutupo Gold Touch is probably one of the best because it has it's really silent, it has almost black background, and it's really good with this model. And you need some really noiseless source with good technical capabilities to drive them properly in terms of resolution and in terms of control, and in other terms. It should have low output impedance because they got 10 ohms of impedance, and high impedance sources would probably cause some issues with sound. and but actually they are really great with even non-expensive models. For example, Fuse M6. Of course, it's not top of gold touch even close, but it's still, you know, sounds pretty enjoyable. Another what adapts also I like with them, Opus number 2 is nice, Aston Kern SR15. So you don't need, you know, some super high-end device. It just should be technical, fun, and pretty silent. And a few words about compression, really briefly, because I will create a longer video or maybe even 2 videos about that. That's pretty much all in-ear monitors that I've got, high-end in-ear monitors. Of course, I also got really good ambient acoustics LAM 7 in custom version, and of course I probably start with them. They are, you know, of course those are more fun with more weighty low frequencies, because LAMs are balanced armature model, but they got probably similar mids performance, but on the lows and trebles Solaris is a bit better. As for other high-end models, Unique Melody is more resolving on low frequencies, but a bit less weighty, because those has a bit, actually not a bit, probably more weight on lows, and on the mids and trebles those are a bit better in terms of resolution and also in terms of treble extension, but of course they cost more, but at the same time those are a bit more engaging. Probably it's the Unique Melody Mason V3 is closer to natural representation. In terms of general performance or general representation, Noble Audio, Kaiser and Core are pretty close, because they both are fun, but Noble are a bit less V-shaped. They also got accented lows, but those are also balanced armatures, so here you will have more weight and about the same resolution, and here is a bit less weight, and this one is better in terms of treble, and here probably it's a bit less fun colored. It's also fun, but closer to natural representation. If you need more fun, if you need more V-shaped signature, you can go for Atlas. It has more low frequencies, so if you like bass, then probably Atlas is a model for you. It's single dynamic driver model with good lows and good treble, but actually the lows here is more powerful, more weighty, more accented. Here they are less accented, but still really powerful and really present. So, but here you will definitely have a better mids and actually a more resolving treble. And of course, probably the closest sibling in Campfire audio family, it's Andromeda. As you can see, I even got custom tips for them. If you're interested, I've made a video about those tips. They are more natural in terms of tuning. They got a bit less weighty low frequencies, so if you don't like low frequencies, then probably Andromeda will be a better option for you. Of course, they got a good amount of bass too, but it's less weighty than here because it's dynamic driver versus balanced armature. Mids are pretty close. I can assume that probably they've got using same armatures. And on the treble, you know, they improved treble extension with Solaris, so if you need some better treble extension, then Solaris is also a model for you. So to summarize everything, Campfire Audio created really great balanced, of course not balanced, really great hybrid model with top-notch performance for those who need really technical IEMs, but not too dull and too monitoring. So if you'd like resolution with a bit of fun, that's definitely a model for you. Thank you for attention.